Welcome back, friends, to Major League So Rare, the good old time that never ends. You can see I am TrippinB. That is my cat over my right shoulder there. Those are the Emmys and my helmet and my scarves. And welcome back to another episode. We managed to get another episode in with only a 1 week lapse, so that's good. After a few mini hiatuses in the middle of the season. So hopefully we're back on track here as we get going with Leagues Cup. Leagues Cup action has been intense. I was talking about this with some local friends here in Charlotte where I live, and talking about just how it's been great to see like a tournament and a cup, and it's been a fun little midweek break. Hasn't been the greatest from SO5 perspective in terms of like being able to plan, and you'll see that reflected in this show when we get to the end with the definite decisives. We don't even know half the teams that are going to be playing in the next game week that we're going to be picking for, but we did decide, because of some of the uncertainty and not knowing exactly who's going to be playing. It's always tough, to give a direct preview episode. We want this thing to live a little bit. So we thought, what can we do here on this game week 395 that's coming up? And I thought, well, we had such a great reaction earlier this summer to the gallery intervention that we did with Zardes Fan Club. He came on, roasted me, talked about a lot of the decisions that reflected in my gallery that he thought it was time to move on from, and things like that. So I've been following a lot of his advice as I sort of evolve my gallery here through the summer in the interim. And so now it's time to bring him back on. Zardes Fan Club, welcome back to Major League So Rare. It's time for a gallery intervention follow-up, brother.
Welcome back. Glad to have me.
I know you are. I know you love you some you, which is great.
You got Emmys?
I do have a couple of Emmys. Yeah, I got the Emmys as part of great team effort working in the television sports world. So, what can I say?
I don't got any Emmys.
Nope. I know everybody thinks I'm an idiot because of the way you went in on my So Rare gallery last episode, but I actually do have a few working brain cells left. I haven't killed off yet. So.
There you go. I don't have any Emmys.
Well, there you go.
I've
been lucky enough to be part of some great teams, but we make a great team on this show. Hopefully, we got a great reaction when you were on last time. A lot of people just loved you. They really dig your vibe, man. So that's good. So I couldn't wait to have you back in. And I know it's been kind of a wild summer for you. You're continuing to make podiums. You're clearing out players that get suspended for making racist attacks on their own teammates. Unfortunately, I had to get those guys out of the gallery and things like that, and it worked. So tell us a little bit about your recent results. Golazzo LAFC. Sorry, there we go.
Speaking of vibes, that was a jaw dropper from Carlito. Wow. I had stuff to say, and then I'm like stunned.
That was a Golazzo. So, setting the scene, we are recording this late.
Can we restart? Can we cut? Yeah. Can we edit that out?
No. We just go with it. This is beautiful. This is late on a Wednesday night here, the last Leagues Cup game. Messi has already moved on, and Carlos just showing his class. Wow, what a shot. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's the newest blue addition to my club there. People were talking shit. Like he was washed, wasn't going to play again. They said, why would you do that? He's done in 10 games.
So this is great. So we talked. I know this story. I'm going to spoiler alert. I could have tried to tee you up on this, but just to cut to the chase here.
Oh, wait, first. I had like jokes lined up about, the setup's fucked now, but basically like after the last episode, I had a lot of people in my DMs. I had all sorts. I had oil money. So many DMs. Felt like an Instagram girl.
I love it. People coming at you for advice, like
people wanted it, on some, just like a little bit. They wanted it, like aggressively. Like,
they wanted some Zardes Fan Club in their life, or what, man?
They're like, how much you charge? To
really for coaching,
roast
like
me
so rare coaching, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Just step on my face, type of stuff.
Tell me what to do.
Really get me good. It's like
there's a lot of masochists out there. I gotta say, I didn't particularly enjoy it at all. I do have probably what I learned is I have more of an ego than I'll admit to myself, because I was a little bit wounded pride. However, I did enjoy the positive feedback I got for being a good sport. So I'll just continue to be a good sport about it.
You did. There was good because yeah, I was nervous. I was like, I don't know.
It's a balance on that tip for sure. So I asked you about your recent results, which I actually kind of already knew. That was my behind the curtain moment, which was you recently just won You recently just bought a Vela Super Rare, more for vibes than anything else because he might retire. But you just have been having a good run of results. You could afford to have a luxury fun card. You buy a Vela Super. As soon as I start to go into the story about how you ended up with that, or to tee you up for the story, he scores a wonder goal here live as we're recording Wednesday night in America. It's late at night it's midnight on the East Coast, 9 o'clock on the West Coast. So we're bi-coastal here on this show. And congrats, man! Your squad is rolling. They're not missing a beat in Leagues Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I had what happened was the taxi situation. There was like some shenanigans at the end of last season. I was like, I don't know, this isn't great. But then it's like, okay, I'll follow Benteke's lead, and then like Benteke like had a photo with him pretty switch. I'm like, all right, squashed. But then after this recent one, then it's like, all right, 2 strikes, you're out. Immediately took a big value loss on a trade. I mean, even in just my head, I was like, he's 0. He's
right, exactly.
So
for your personal value.
Yeah,
like we all have our own personal valuations of each card, and he became a 0 for you, I'm sure, as soon as the headline came out.
He went to a 0. Just Paul took him with Lorea blue and like some ETH for Avella blue. So, and then as soon as he was out of the club, I got second place in America.
It's beautiful.
Had like a top 10 U23. I'm cooking.
I love it. Well, the team is cooking. You've been living the good life, and we're here to follow up a little bit on the intervention. I want to take you through. I don't expect. I don't have enough of an ego to think that you've been following my every move necessarily since the last episode. So let me talk you through.
Oh, and I got Messi. Do you have a Messi? Did you get a Messi? Did you get a Messi?
No, I did not get a Messi. I did raise enough ETH. I could have gotten a Messi. I definitely could have. But
Trader Joe's checkout, I was wearing this. Just like, oh, are you going to see the Barbie movie? I was like, no, I'm going home to watch Messi.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, hopefully the delay tonight worked out for you. It was that's part of why we're recording so late, is because when we were planning this, I was like, hey, you want to come back on? You're like, yeah. How about after Messi? And I was like, you read my mind, but then it was delayed for an hour or so before kickoff. So anyway, I am gonna try to win Messi at this point. I'm like it's always wise to dig into prize pools before you decide where to allocate resources in any game week. But like, I'm really like, where are the find the Messis, like go like a lot of times I will indulge myself and I'll play my sort of strongest super rares in D2. Even though I know it's not as good of a prize pool as D3, but I just have this thing where I want to win D2 sort of like for pride. And that has stopped. That is over. I'm like chasing Messis now. I need to try to win a rare Messi. So
I saw someone in your Discord win a limited Messi, I think, right?
Yeah, that did happen. And someone won a Busquets as well. So
there you go.
The Miami boys are chilling. Oh, wow.
Man, that clean sheet, man.
Oh, they might have flagged him. Nice little tight angle goal from Buanga, flagged offside. LAFC still at 4-1 though, so there you go. What can you say? LAFC is going to move on. Pachuca, the Liga MX #1 seed, did not move on earlier tonight. They lost in a shootout to Houston. That looks kind of onside. They'll have to look at that one. While you sort of watch the VAR there, I'm going to call up my transactions page, and then we'll look at my rewards page, and you can just kind of tell me what you think here. The numbers are what the numbers are. Basically, I don't want to dwell on the numbers. I want to just look at themes here. We recorded on June 15th. Later that night, one of the things you told me was get into U23, right? So later that night, I go, okay, I've got Joe Willis. Let me get a Jack Marr. He's under 23, really good center back. He can pair with Joe Willis in some lineups, or I can put him in U23. Let's start building some U23s here. So, I did that. Then let's just start unloading crap. So I had a super rare of a guy, who was out of contract in Europe. Got rid of him for 10th of an ETH. Then I started
now Vela's going to the locker room injured.
Oh no, that's not good. Well, hey, it's all about the roller coaster here on Major League Sorare.
It was a good run. Never going to be able to enter that blue again, I guess. So, but like it was.
He was going to retire anyway. They gave Buanga the goal though. It looks like VAR. Yeah, exactly. So
So
It did look onside. That was a really nice goal.
and it
Chasing
was a
down.
Vela assist as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, if that I would be nearing perfect score range without that Juarez goal. But we live and learn. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Juarez scored a cheesy, cheap goal, unfortunately, right before we started recording for you. But as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm selling a bunch of limiteds, right? I'm just raising ETH by selling off limiteds for what I can get for them. I decided to move all the way out of limiteds and just focus like on what I could get for these limited cards. I only keep Charlotte FC limiteds and EPL limiteds. And then I have some limited legends also that I won as rewards, and so I just keep them so I can play in the legends division with Charlotte guys filling in the non-legend spots. So I bought a under 23 goalkeeper from Korea, Baek Jong Bom, for FC Seoul because he also pairs with there's an under 23 center back Lee Hanbum, 2 under 3 guys on the same team that you can play every week. I know you're probably be like, oh, you should have got MLS instead.
Nah, I love that. Go for
but
it.
It's a pretty good pairing. Yeah, it's kind of like the elite stack in U23 this summer. In theory, although Jake,
you needed to get in there.
Yeah, Baek Jong Bum did have a surprise DNP a couple weeks ago, so we're hoping he comes back next weekend. But
such electric names, also.
Yeah,
so much bums and
it's the bum brothers. Yeah, the U23 bum
bums.
brothers, exactly. So you can see me selling off limited cards here where I can. Did a trade with Pavel to get Pablo Ruiz, and he lost his U23 status a couple weeks after I bought him, but I did get a couple of weeks of U23 utility out of him, so that was cool. Once I'd sold off a lot of the limiteds, then I started like selling off rares as well that you had advised. Like you sort of said, hey, get aggressive with selling off rares. Like, okay, who am I just not using in lineups? Let's sell them for what I can get them. Luis Diaz for Columbus. He's not really in the plans with Nancy. And
I thought he was going to break. He was going to have a good year, and then Nancy came, and
Nancy just kind of phased him out, and there's other guys involved, and Matan and emerged, etc. So Ian Murphy, he's probably starting to get some minutes now since I sold him. But again, most of these are like the prices are around what I sold him for, or have gone down, or maybe a little bit of. Mbaizo I got rid of. I started winning some rewards. So now you see these big block transactions, right? So what I did was. The problem with everything was I was going to play everything really smart and not with my heart. And then they put a Christian Kalina unique card on the auction block, right? And I'm like, oh shoot! Like my weakness is Charlotte FC uniques. So I had to get this Christian Kalina unique. I'm like, how am I going to raise the ETH for this? I'm not going to deposit. I want this card if I can get it. And I'm like, I kind of thought about it. I was like, I could live without it. I don't need it. But if I get it, because I have a Swiderski unique and then a couple other Charlotte uniques, I could conceivably play like the D1 division for the first time. So that was kind of fun for me for like the way I wanted to like just my fun side of So Rare that's like irrational and this, not necessarily making the most financially motivated decisions. Like, but how am I going to get this ETH, right? So what I did was I was like, NBA got just worse and worse for me. I played NBA from the start of the NBA launch last year. I was like, NBA just wasn't my thing. I had some good cards that were getting rewards pretty well up through the All-Star break. And then after the All-Star break, I wasn't going to buy any more cards. And like the deck I had started returning fewer and fewer rewards. Other people started getting better and more optimal with their lineups and more cards of elite players start filtering into the game, etc. So it's tougher to place high. And so I'm like, I just don't really like NBA. And I have personal theories, but I don't think the NBA market's going to do that well in year 2. I could be wrong about that. That's neither here nor there, whether I'm right or wrong necessarily. But I did just decide for myself that like I can sell off my whole NBA gallery and get enough to buy this Kalina unique. So that's what I did. Probably sold for less value than I could have if I had just been able to wait even like 6 weeks. Like, I really wish I was selling my NBA gallery right now or next month. I'd be in a lot better spot. But I did get a couple ETH for it, a decent enough price for all the cards I put in. I think for the most part, I broke even or made a little money on NBA as a whole from what I looked at my numbers, and I'm good now. I have my Christian Kalina unique, so that was my next step in this whole process. Where do you think of what you've heard so far, Joe?
I tried NBA for like 2 weeks, and then I was like,
yeah,
you gotta have so many cards. You have to have like it's like too much. But all for that. You were like going great. I saw all the bot trades. It's like, yeah, it's a huge strategy. I was telling you, I think before the show, where I'll just win rewards and then
Mm-hmm.
not really care about their value and trade them to a bot for like a card I would be really happy with, even it's like
Sure.
a bit of a value loss. And then it
Right.
seems like it works out over time, knowing a guy that I like. So it's
And
like, all
that's
right, he's doing it. He's getting the bots, and then 2 ETH could really do a lot.
yeah. I could have bought a Messi for sure, but
Yeah,
hey, so
could have
if we
bought
look at,
2
I,
Messis.
I think it was game week 384 maybe, I think, or 381 that we looked at was when we, you intervened and started. I immediately I won this the Cesar
Yeah, the
Montes.
Renato was like your last win there, because I remember
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I
So
think
I
I
win a
pulled you a
Cesar
blind
Montes.
squirrel
I'm
finding it
keeping
now.
that
Yeah.
because I originally kept it because, like, well, hey, I want to use second division cards. I was like, Espanol is going to get relegated. I'm like, I want to use second division cards for my cap 240s and also, next season. So that's good. I'll hold that. Then Brian Acosta. This one I should have sold this like right when I got it. Because like he's not really gone up or down. He doesn't get very good points. Like, he has set pieces. He's probably like the worst scoring set piece taker in all of SO5.
Didn't he just get traded?
And he did just get traded to Portland. So now I'm like, I don't know. Is he going to play in Portland? Probably. Could they use him? I mean, they've got like Loria. They've got Paredes.
Can't be worse than Evander.
Wow. The Evander hate is real, huh? What's your Evander take? Do you think he scored a banger free kick the other day? Is he a total bust or?
I mean, he's doing exactly how I thought he was going to be doing. Some people that are also regulars in the Discord, were ready to pay an ETH for him, calling him the next skill.
Yeah, a lot of people said they're like Evander is the new Gill for sure. He got that reputation in preseason for sure.
Yeah.
I was like, should I get one? I didn't have a near the ETH at the time when he was going for an ETH. I didn't have an ETH to spend, so I know some people bought in, and he may still come good. We've all overpaid for cards. I like I said, I probably would have at the time if I could have, but
yeah, no, I never saw it. Danish league is not. Welcome to CONCACAF, buddy.
Yeah. Well, speak of the devil, I actually. At the end of this, you'll see one of my most recent investments is I bought a bunch of Danish league cards and well, not a bunch, but like 4 or 5 like FC Michelin cards to sort of be a stack to run as well. But you can see I'm getting rid of a lot of these rewards. I was able to win a starting goalkeeper in Champ Europe that I was able to sell for decent enough price here in preseason. That funded some purchases. Win a couple super rares that look pretty. That might be, Barrero's fairly useful, starts most games for San Lorenzo.
What was did you get a U23? Didn't you get a U23 high placement, like almost as soon as you
let's
bought them,
see.
maybe? Does that sound familiar?
I did get I did not get really any high placements in U23. My highest was this 6th place in Champion America Super Rare. And then I also got a 12th in Champion America Super Rare. I don't know. I played Division 2, like I said, for just dumb pride, like an idiot. U23 I haven't had the best results. I did win one of these. I did win this Croatian defender here that I sold, who's U23 in one of these contests, although that's not it either. So I don't know. I won a few prizes. I've been selling most of them, like we said, and trading them into bots. And like this guy Justin Forrest.
Palacios drew a pen.
Oh wow. You would have the perfect score, wouldn't you?
Okay, I'm sorry. This is hard. Wow, I'm like ADD tweaked out of my mind right now.
You got to screen share your screen here so we can see and go to your results page so we can see. So I'm tired of just only talking about myself here.
But you can pull my rewards up.
That's true. I could just go do it myself. But
I think I'm public. Yeah, it's been hard. I've been without internet for a lot of times, and I've got my buddy setting lineups.
That's rough in transfer window season too. That's
transfer window send them. But also, it's like I saw the Zella news, and it's just like, oh well, it's too bad. But
yeah, exactly. Well, he said he might retire. He might still. I bet he'll play. He'll start next season. Who knows?
We got Boanga taking it.
Wow, he's gonna have 100, right, Dennis? Or at least a 99.
That's a hat trick. I mean, he's had a lot. He's got like 15 duels lost.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he does. Man. We'll look it up in a second, like I said. But I'm just scrolling through the rest of my transactions. You can see I've been active. I got a lot more active.
And I see a lot of sells. I'm looking for a lot of names on the left and then one name on the right. that's
Yeah.
generally like you're going in the right direction there.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm picking up guys that um, are helping me. Like I said, I built a FC Michelin stack to sort of help me, just like in the Cap 240 modes and the All Star Rare modes that I can do to just like try to pick up. I'm trying to have a much better run in Europe this year than I did last year because last with the World Cup coming in and just where my ETH resources were at the time, I almost pretty much skipped the whole European season. I never picked up a real good European goalie, but this year we're gonna try to do a little better. All right, we finally called up your results page. Looks like you're in for a tier 1 here, or it's fairly early in the game week.
Cooking early, yeah.
But yeah, you got Big John, you got Diego. Yeah, exactly. So this is a dangerous lineup. You expect Luna to start?
Yeah, that's Sunnyville Shaqiri.
Yeah,
with tats.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Scariest looking 18-year-old you've ever ran into.
Yeah, great.
That guy,
he's
I love Luna. He's nice. I hit cap 240 with a blank goalie, so that was exciting. I woke up this morning to watch. By wake up, I mean set an alarm for 10 a.m. and almost slept through it.
Love getting the dose with
go.
Men for sure. That's always huge, especially clearing it nicely. Ranked 69th, which is nice. So let's do some quick math here. McCarthy 25, Palacios 10. Let's call that 35 plus some change, and neither midfielder lost, and then 4 for the goal conceded, so 39. And
yeah, I don't do the math. I'm doing the math.
The vibes. Let's call it 40,
I don't do the math.
Call it 44 with the clean sheet, and you would be sitting tied for second here with Luna to go. So who knows? But there's a lot of games to be played tomorrow, so who knows? I wish you luck, sir.
Thank you. A lot of soccer left. Can you view like my reward pay? I actually haven't looked at mine in a while.
I should be able to.
Results.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, my Diego Palacios. Funny story about my Diego Palacios. I was with my friend in a fantasy football league, like amongst our friends, and it was like a $30 buy-in or something, and then we colluded.
I love it. Yeah, you might as well collude.
Where I traded him, and then we just gaslighted the league into thinking that that I was making a trade that was beneficial to me, but in reality I was just stacking my friend's team. And then with that money, I bought Diego Palacios, who now has won me 27 cards. So
wow,
there you go.
Hey, you got to spend. You got to steal money to make money in this world.
Out.
I think that's the great American story.
Dan Gatsby. Thanks. If you see this. Gotcha.
How about this? First off, congratulations. Good sale on the Nicolo Zaniolo Galatasaray. I think the Galatasaray stacks are overrated in Europe.
What happened to him? I got him.
He was out of the squad today for a knock, but he's going to be good. He's going to be fine. But that's a good sale.
Yeah, we are both. I don't even look. I just list and sell.
Yeah, we're Luca Huber brothers. You and I, we have both bought. We have both won and sold Luca Huber in the recent weeks since the last time we were on.
That's the homie right there.
Yeah, that's our guy, Luca. Yeah, you gotta get a good deal for him at least. He's available.
I got the goalie for the podium last weekend was a big ETH bump. I got Cucho and 291. That was last weekend, right? Yeah,
391. Yeah,
391.
Augusto Battaglia. Yeah. That was your goalkeeper that you won for your taxi cleanse, right?
Which is great. For the taxi cleanse, won that. Got Cucho in, and then I got Diego Rossi today.
You sold Jordy Van the Burger, dude. This was a bad sale. You should have kept Jordy. He's a total goat. That's
that's the second time I've won him.
He's a rising tier 4. He'll be a tier 2 soon, easily. So
he's one of the first cards I won, actually.
Let's look at the long career of Jordy here, because he's one of my favorite players for some dumb reason. His SO5 tiers. Has he ever been a tier 1? No, he's never even been a tier 2.
How much do you follow Europe?
So I follow Europe more and more. Like I said, I kind of took last year off in Europe, and this year I'm resolved to do more. I don't want to be because I was like, I'm not gonna focus on the World Cup. I'm not gonna buy cards just for that are World Cup teams. And so I didn't want to buy a bunch of cards, and then be stuck with them at the end of the World Cup. So
I got baited so hard by the Euro tournament, man. I got baited so hard.
It happens. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Right? Yeah.
I got.
So I stayed away from it last year, but this year I have 2 starting European goalkeepers already. I'm going to look to get 2 more, so by the time MLS ends. So, but this is Major League So Rare, so we can talk about that later. We can. We need to get you on some more streams. Like, we need to get you on like the Quinny streams and other So Rare TV shows because you're a superstar, ZDF.
Thank you. Bring it on. I've been wanting to, like, on these last couple like podium. I get like a podium sweat. It seems like where it's down to the last game like quite a bit, or at least a high card. It's like I should stream these because I'm a fucking wreck.
It'd be great.
I think that like people would really.
I would definitely ride shotgun with you on something like that. It'd be great. Yeah, it'd be fun. And I know, speaking of Quinny, I know he a lot of times does like last game of the game week live streams, just to sort of like check all the standings and stuff like that, the leaderboards. So, but you're the man. I appreciate you sitting in and like, what do you think? Just give me a diagnosis of like everything you've heard. In terms of, did I internalize your lessons enough? Am I doing the work? Am I baby stepping? Am I doing the work? To quote Bob Wiley.
So it's funny.
My favorite Bill Murray movie.
I saw so many people, like a crazy amount of people, actually, like just out of nowhere, like in random Discords or something. Like I'm doing like what Zardes Fan Club or what Jake whoever said, and it's like I have never seen this. Just like on Twitter or something. I just saw that like out of nowhere. So a lot of people are doing it. I think they were like internalizing it. I was worried I was like too mean, and then the overall points were like getting lost. But I think like people with limited galleries saw it. Like a couple people have reached out, and I've talked to them. Happy to chat on Discord. Sorry.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we've got a dog. Was that a pet issue or? That's
a cold.
Oh, okay.
I got island flu for sure. Not COVID.
Thank you
tested twice. It's just so we're not at risk of being caught.
I love it. Hey,
so I'm just keeping your gallery here, and well, you think you're internalizing, but if you screen share your Sorare.com gallery page, if you would like to pull that up and follow along,
let's do it. More roasting.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this is my sales page. What do you want to see? Just
no, I want like your Sorare.com/TripinB gallery page. This works. Yeah.
Gotcha. Not the data, but the actual the gallery.
So yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
So Cirillo. Do you see where this is going? So Cirillo 0.01, a random yellow $2, a random red $16, a random red $30, another random card in the Danish league, Julian Gressel 100, random Mexican card, random.
I had to replace my Zella Rayon when I lost Zella. I had to get
that. Okay, random $100 Madsen card, got a
elite U23 midfielder for the rest of the year.
Rabi, another $100 card. George Campbell.
That's a flip that's a flip when he starts after Camacho leaves Montreal.
$20 easy flip. Daria.
Yeah. So Diarra was purchased because I thought he was coming to Charlotte FC, and that's why I have Yeri Urin. Yeri Urin is new Charlotte FC. Got to have him. So there's reasons. Forced was a reward. Obviously, this guy, he's close to going to a bot, but I'm just trying to sell him, to a user before I sell him to a bot. So Rio's a new, so this is a funny story because right before we started taping, Rio got traded from FC Dallas to LA Galaxy. And so I looked at his price. It was under 0.01. And I was like, well, I can it's going to go up a little bit from that on this news because Tom Bogart's projecting him as a starter. Galaxy just lost Gaston Brugman. They need a DM. Surreal's
dating a Dallas Star ring girl.
Yeah, exactly. He's dating a rink girl from the Dallas Stars. I know that from my Insta Intel Intelstagram, we could call it, I guess. So I was like, should I buy this? Should I try to flip this? Or maybe he'd actually be good in LA. Who knows? Or in Carson. But then I thought to myself, should I do this? And then I looked at the card. It was like I said, it was 0.0089, 0.0099, And this was a card that I had. This was a card that I sold off in the purge of like useless cards that I was doing in your inspiration when you were like, yeah, get rid of these, cards that you don't play. So I didn't play this. So I got rid of it. And the person I sold it to binned it off to Sir Hiss 11 hours ago. Just finally gave up on him. And then this trade comes through because like he didn't start tonight in League's Cup. So I think this guy was like, fuck that. I'm out, like send him to Hiss. So then I had to rebuy my same exact card for less than I sold it for.
It's like it's like the heroin needle just fell right back into your arm. There's nothing, you did it. You were just like walking to an Austin FC game and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, like it just hit you in the arm. Like, oh well, since it's already there, might as well go back to the bin. But,
will someone buy this from me for 0.015? Because I think that's going to be the new floor. And
well, if you keep
and I get $10 out of the deal.
The point was, if you go back to your page and you scroll all the way down to that first page.
Look, I'm almost to the new floor already. Come on.
Right. So go just as a point here of you thinking you're reformed, just to see how unreformed you actually are. Now scroll down, keep scrolling, keep going. Okay, you got keep going. Just through all this $100 players, keep going. All right. So you got Mar, the Koreans, Ruiz, and then the rest of the rows. You were just like, see you Thanksgiving, like back. Had a good 4 cards with it. Let's go back. Got all that clear out. I got a whole another page to fill now. Like,
well, I mean, that's because I already had my
here we go. That's because this guy know his uncle, like third cousin.
Reward.
Reward.
We talked about reward.
Yeah, reward.
Charlotte card. That's a Charlotte jersey mint. Charlotte guy that they signed. Charlotte guy they were rumored to. I will sell this. Obviously, I'll be getting rid of that
obviously it's been 3 weeks, but obviously gonna sell him.
Michelin stack. Well, because I thought they were going to get him. The window just finally closed. I was waiting for the window. They got the Finnish guy. They got Yuri Urinen instead, man. What can I say? Reward on the Japanese guy, Henta. This is a Michelin stack that I'm building with a plan. Chose Gung. This is a Japanese card, but he plays for Michelin. So I've got a 4-man Michelin stack that I bought. There's a plan here. These 2 are rewards.
Right. There's a plan.
Then I was like, let's get some second division guys for my cap 240s in the off season, in like the MLS off season.
It's a lot of plans.
Yeah, because you got to plan ahead of this game. Like I don't want to wait till MLS season ends to like buy my cap 240 Euro team. I want to have them running because I can have them running in cap 270 while I wait for
here's the thing is you don't need all of these plans. You have 10 weeks left of MLS. MLS.
Right.
Like I'm looking at like 3 Ethereum worth of stuff on this last page. You could have like,
well, that's
now
with the Kalina. I mean,
well, I'm just saying, like now you have to watch Danish news. Now you're watching second division Spain news. Now you're watching. I get a lot of enjoyment out of that.
I get a lot of enjoyment out of that.
Maybe now you're watching Korean news. Now you're watching J League news. Now, like that's so much to watch.
I'm not in the J League, thankfully. Yeah.
Okay. Thank goodness. That would really be the one to do it.
But, no, I get what you're saying, and that's not for everybody, but that's just I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. All my quote unquote reasons that I have, and again, this guy's a reward. I wouldn't have bought. I don't buy Austrian cards because I don't get any enjoyment out of that. But Gressel, I felt like I had to buy Gressel because he was this card, this $100 card was way below the other floor above this one was like 175. And it was right when the news came out about Zella and Gressel was going there. And I was like, well, I just lost Zella Rayon. Gressel's going to have all the set pieces. Let's at least try to replace that a little bit. Madsen, I like this is Madsen's price is way up since I bought it too. This is a guy who was a really good, he adds to my, so this guy goes with my Koreans and my Mar and my, he plays in my U23 for the rest of the summer. So.
I just imagine like the TLC show hoarder meme.
Hoarders,
and you're walking in and like, no, these are all the figurines that were minted in 1982. These are the figurines that were minted in 1984, And these are the horse statues, horse collectible dolls that I got on eBay for
Sure.
$2, and now I can resell them as a bundle for $25.
Yeah, but you
That's what you
gotta.
sound like. That's what it
Well,
is. It's like a big point of it was all these cards, point one, you can combine together and like make a big lineup. Like you could have bought two Messis. Watching Messi is so electric. I'm wearing pink. I'm wearing
oh, I
pink.
could. I
Like
mean, I could
today's
have bought.
Messi day.
You,
Let's put some
you're
pink on.
saying, yeah,
Let's
I could have
go
bought
and get
two
riled
Messies for
up.
the price of the Kalina, but the Kalina gives me so much joy that I mean, there's just like,
Right.
you know.
But still, I bet those other cards there, that was like so many point ones that you could have got there. Like
Is it
you could have
really
got
though?
there.
Is it
Would you
really
rather
though?
have Messi or like a 240 stack from the second league in Spain?
I could not have gotten Messi for the price. Well, I no, I could not have gotten Messi for the price that I paid for the rest of these, even with Lawson. I could do the math on it, I guess,
Yeah,
but
last one. Okay, Jonas Lossel's
he's
three,
a third. Yeah,
he's
he's point
4.
three.
There's these
These
blue
two add up to like
rewards.
point one. A lot of these guys. So a lot of these
Pachico.
I traded. A lot of these I got through trades by getting like I picked up these cards by doing what you told me to do, which was trade off.
Uh-huh.
You know, a little bit of ETH with packages of dead cards to get.
But these
Get
two
cards that are
goalies get
useful.
you to 6.
Which
0.6, and he was there. The
oh Pacheco,
Pachico
yeah.
and Lossell got you to 6. There's definitely we're 0.2. I got mine for 0.8. Like it was absolutely to be had. Not there's anything wrong. Like you're getting enjoyment, but I'm just saying, like in general, yes, you internalize some. It's definitely getting better, but like you have a long way to go. We're gonna get you there.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get you there.
I'm not too worried about Messi.
Yeah, but it could be anybody in theory. Like it could be, I don't
Sure.
know, it could be like another Charlotte unique, and then you really could be going for D1. It could be like,
No, I don't
yeah,
know.
that
I don't know if Charlotte is ever going to win anything in D1, but all right, dude. Let's do the definite
okay,
decisives because we're
okay.
running out of time here. But I appreciate everything you're saying as always.
Uh-huh.
We are coming off of a last week where Deke sat in. Shout out to him. He got a goal from Ricky Pooch when he called for an assist, and I got my Duncan McGuire goal, but everything else we struck out. This week, oh shoot, I'm not even sharing the screen. What an idiot. There's the graphical representation of everything that I just said. DraftKicks would make fun of me. So DraftKicks is again, he's like way off the grid. You said you've been off the grid recently. DraftKicks is way off the grid. This last week and this week, he's doing family reunions out in the mountains. He's out on the beach. He's doing all kinds of stuff. So, but so that's why Deke sat in last week. That's why you're here this week. Zardes Fan Club. Why don't we go through your definite decisives here first, and then we'll do mine. I like what you got here. Obviously, you got to go. You got to go with Messi, right?
Yeah, obviously. Seems pretty straightforward. He's must-watch television. I bought pink shirts just so I have one. If he like, I have 2 pink shirts just in case. Like he played Wednesday, and then I don't do laundry enough time for the double game
Right.
week.
You
Like,
got you got to have a backup.
like
Yeah.
so I'm locked and loaded for Messi. I'm all in. Telling my barber, hey, you got to watch Messi. He's like, oh, it's on Apple TV. That's kind of a pain. I'm like, don't worry, there's a free trial. Uh, you know,
Do it.
you could switch to Apple Music, and it's all the same. Like, do you really like Spotify much anyway?
Yeah.
Uh, that yeah, and then Lucho can't
He's
stop
been
scoring
great to
100.
watch. I'm loving Messi and MLS more than I thought I would for sure. I got a cop to that for sure.
And then Lucho can't stop, cannot stop. I love him. I hope he soon puts on a USA jersey.
They're hosting Nashville in a knockout game, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and yeah, it would be nice. It would be really nice. I know he's on the path to citizenship, right? So that's something that we would love to have is in our U.S. men's national team depth. So
And he's a great guy. Do you read Lauren's the beat writer since Laurel's. Do you read
Laurel
her
Fowler,
stuff?
yeah, she's great. Love
She
her
has
work.
so many
Not only do
great.
I read her, I subscribe to her. I support her financially.
As do I. As do I. She does so many great like personality pieces in the off season. One was about Lucho, like driving. I think it was Quimmy. I think it was Quimmy driving him to the training facilities when he was like 15.
Okay.
So
That's
he's just
pretty
a
cool.
great guy. He's a great guy. I want him in the Stars and Stripes, and
Yeah.
I think I want him to get an assist.
Yeah,
He literally can't stop scoring 100s. He just can't.
yeah.
Him and
Nashville.
Messi.
If it doesn't come from Mukhtar, it's not coming from anyone. I feel like lately from Nashville. Although, as I say that, Schaffelberg has been productive, but you got to pick someone. One of the problems with doing definite decisives for this game week is half the teams that are playing, we still won't know till the next night or so, because we're in the middle of this knockout tournament. So there's going to be I'm desperate for Charlotte FC to advance. By the way, I really, really, really need Charlotte to beat Cruz Azul, because my gallery is so dependent on Charlotte FC for if they get it's not quite an island week, but it's like island week-esque next game week once we get into the later stages of this tournament. So really would be looking forward to that. I had to do the same thing as a celebration. For the first time that I could do it, I had to do it. I took Messi also for my guaranteed goal. He's gonna get one, so you might as well just take it. I don't want to miss layups, and I am trying to make smarter decisions in life all the time. So I think Reynoso's good for an assist. That should be a wild game that they have to play in their knockout match.
He's also been cooking
against Columbus without Zella, but yeah, Lucas Emmanuel's been cooking Babello, and I like Drake Callender, to get the clean sheet. It's Miami versus Dallas. Dallas sometimes can pop, but they'll have nights where they struggle to score goals. And
will Rossi be there for Columbus? New signing? Will he?
I don't know if I don't
probably
think,
not.
Yeah, I don't think Rossi's available.
Registration messery.
Yeah, you can add. I think you could add to your roster in mid-tournament. I don't know if it was a cutoff at the start of the knockout stage or not, but I do know that he was in Turkey recently. I don't think he's in the United States, so I don't think he's going to be ready for a game this week. But I know he's coming soon, and yeah, we'll be talking about that on future episodes of the show, as we like playoff contenders and how to start building your roster for playoffs and stuff like that by picking up maybe a Julian Gressel, who's going to be an awesome card, playing in this Columbus attack. Even though some people might roast you for it, but who knows?
Who would do such a thing?
Man, you're the man. I love talking to you. You're an MLS lover, you're an MLS expert, and so I feel like we have very high level, true fan, in the weeds almost, but in a good way conversations.
I tried flirting with Euros. I found before the U21 Euro Championship, and I was like, seems, because I remember when I first joined, they had that covered, and the cards were cracked 2 years ago or something. So I'm like, they're gonna be awesome. I found this magazine that was like a $6 subscription, and me and AJ Allen got it, and we bought so many players off of this magazine of the projected starters. I mean, it was 100 pages. It was all this detailed tactical analysis. I was like, I found a gold mine. I'm gonna share this with my guy. And then all it ended was total pain. The goalie that they had projected for Spain, AJ bought he bought one, and then this other random guy bought 5 of the backup and was posting memes. And then when the backup, according to the magazine, started, and AJ Allen was devastated, obviously, as was I, adjacently. The guy was on Twitter posting these celebration memes of lizards at raves, DJing, all sort, just off the. It was so awful. It was mortal enemy, first non-soccer player to be added to the hate list. First, just because it's I have to.
I love it.
It was just watching a murder. It was unbelievable. So it really $6 led to nothing but nothing but pain for both.
So
of us.
First Sorare manager to be added to the hate list officially.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Not to be named. But yeah, no more Euros. That was a sign. I'll just ride my gang stack and some USA players.
I think that that's fine. I want to get a little deeper into Europe this year, so we'll see how it all works out. We can review it in another 6 weeks or 3 months.
Know my lane. Shout out Tenos, whatever that goalie's name is. Moment of silence for AJ Allen.
Yeah. Congrats on your success, bro. Keep that up. With the
show's crushing it. You as well. You got 2 Emmys.
Yeah, not for this show. This show's a little bit less production value, but it's made with the same amount of love and and care to accurate, entertaining information. It's what we do here. Hope everybody enjoys it. Thank you all for listening, for all the feedback, and we will get going here. DraftKicks is coming back eventually.
We got to get a squad one going.
Yeah.
The squad
The full squad one
sure.
is coming. We need Fripp. Fripp needs to like finally find a house to live in, and we need to find a day where Larity's available and Gil chip him in, and you know we'll get everyone going. So
I need a one-on-one with Fripp. I feel like we could exchange some words.
Yeah. I'll just sit out. Yeah, exactly. It'll be like a threesome where just like two of the people just start going at it, you know?
Yeah, because he has a lot of controversy. He was one of those Evander fanboys, like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe
he's got a lot of hot
I'd have
takes to go real quiet. Yeah.
All right, enough babbling. Thank you so much, Zardes Fan Club, for coming.